harsh, jagged edges smoothed out, and she didn't seem aggravated anymore.
Kinger gets a bad rap in the Amazing Digital Circus. I mean, I get it, forming a connection with someone who forgets who they are and where they're going can be hard on a typical day, but it becomes nearly impossible when everyone's shoved into a do-or-die situation together. The other members of the circus still accept Kinger as one of their own, but they usually exclude him from decision-making and drag him along at the last minute to keep him out of trouble. The truth is, though, Kinger's a fantastic ally to have in a pinch. He has so many great skills and attributes that make him a trustworthy team player, which is why today's video will dive into everything Kinger might do if he regains his memories.
Forget about that. How about we just relax for a bit while nothing's chasing us?
Number 1. Flashbacks of his wife. One of the most critical parts of Kinger's backstory is that he had a wife who entered the circus with him. Unfortunately, she abstracts before Pomni arrives, so she becomes a relatively faceless character throughout the series, who we learn about through conversations. Although Kinger struggles to remember where he is or what he's doing at a given moment, he never forgets Queenie, often shouting out whenever someone mentions her. During his moments of clarity, he talks about her like she means the world to him, as he praises some of her traits, like her creativity and comedic abilities. There's no doubt that he loves his Queenie dearly and would do everything in his power to act as a devoted partner and friend should she return. Unfortunately, we don't know if abstracted characters can revert to their previous forms, so the only way for us to meet Queenie will continue to be through his memories. At the very least, we could rely on flashbacks and reflective comments that come from Kinger after he regains his memories, which means we'll have a clear picture of who Queenie was when living in the circus.
I don't recall the exact string of events, but we both ended up in the fort together.
Number 2. Group power-ups. Although the circus members can't remember who they are, they do know other details about their real lives, like where they worked, who their family was, and how old they were when they entered the circus. Although most of the characters skew on the younger side, Kinger is much older than the rest, and his extended time in the circus likely contributes to his fractured memories. Fortunately though, the circus isn't all bad, and if you know where to look, you can learn a few tips and tricks to help you survive in this hostile environment. It's hard to know how much information Kinger has rattling around in there. He might forget something crucial at any given moment and remember it months later, but at least he knew how to do some of these things in the first place. In episode 6, he creates a butterfly out of thin air to heal Ragatha. The act appears second nature to him, but before that moment, Kane was the only one who could summon objects and NPCs at will. With his memories restored, Kinger might know how to hack into the circus's system, giving all his friends a significant power-up.
Huh? That's not up. That's not up at all. Why are we going up?
Number 3. A team leader. If you haven't noticed already, life at the circus is a chaotic mess, and I think that contributes to everyone feeling miserable all the time. While they can't die for real, the only enrichment any of them have are Kane's adventures, even the ones that come from their suggestion box. Unfortunately, Kane makes most of his adventures life-threatening and emotionally scarring. I wouldn't be surprised if he pushed former circus members into abstracting by forcing them to confront their worst fears. These adventures usually require a team to complete, and as it so happens, I also know a group of people who could benefit from some proper direction. Even the adventures that start without a hitch eventually devolve into infighting and dangerous decision-making. In the 5th episode, the group moves through the suggestion box by voting to leave each adventure when it no longer suited them, but even a democratic system had its flaws. Those votes might have gone better if the team had a respected leader to enforce them, and Kinger seems like he could fill that role with his wisdom, calm reassurance, and inner knowledge of the circus. Of course, this only works if Kinger's got his memories back and can make snap decisions on the spot.
Let's just have an adventure where Jax can't talk through the entire thing.
Genuinely hurtful.
Number 4. Stronger relationships. One of the most frustrating things about Kinger's memory loss is his inability to remember the beautiful moments he shares with others. He is a natural when it comes to people and always knows what to say when someone's having a hard time. He helps Pomni and Ragatha reconcile with their difficult emotions, all while encouraging them to keep going. These interactions make me love Kinger's character because they're genuine and solely out of the goodness of his heart. He does care about the other members of the circus, even if they find his amnesia hard to work with. Did he regain his memories? Then he could remember all the long conversations he had with the others, and continue having them in the light of day. With Kinger returned to his old self, someone who helps from the goodness of his heart, I'm sure he would jump to the top of everyone's friends list. Who knows, Jax might show him some respect. After all, he doesn't like Ragatha's approach because she's only worried about getting approval from others. Still, Kinger will only interfere with Jax's business when necessary, which will make a world of difference. I would also love to see him interact with Gangle as she struggles with self-confidence and anxiety. I know she has Zooble to lean on, but it never hurts to accept help from others.
Pressure on yourself to be there for everyone, and when you're not, you beat yourself up for it.
Number 5. Secrets about the circus. If Kinger's lived in the circus as long as it seems, then he might have learned some dark truths about the simulation better left undiscovered. These dark truths could be the catalyst for his memory loss, either due to stress or because Kane didn't want him to share the information with the others. Some examples that come to my mind include the void, the world beneath each map, and that disconcerting office behind the exit doors. If he snooped around enough, he would have found something on Kane, whether it be his objectives or the reason behind his creation. Kane seems to operate as a sentient entity with free will, but we have to keep in mind that he's also an artificial intelligence who frequently glitches and receives errors. As a virtual component, it means Kane must have lines of code or a character file somewhere in the circus left behind by the people who created him to keep things running smoothly. Kinger might have stumbled onto this information but lost his memory afterward, leaving it undiscovered until he regained some of his confidence. We can only hope that Kane doesn't have bad intentions like he claims.
I was having so much trouble figuring out what to put on the other side and ended up never quite finishing it.
Number 6. Escaping the simulation. On the topic of the circus and its many secrets, it's possible Kinger learned how to escape long ago but had the memory wiped from his mind. The first episode puts the pieces in place for us, introducing the void but forbidding the circus members from going there. Pomni also finds the exit doors that take her back to the real world, but Kane claims they're nothing more than an elaborate ruse, something he made up to try to make the circus members happy. If we assume he's lying, maybe these locations are the key to everyone's escape. If Kinger does have secret knowledge about the circus, like I suspect, he can lead his friends on a dangerous expedition into the void, where they risk everything for one final shot at escaping the digital circus. If the series has a happy ending, and I suspect there's a 50-50 chance, then Kinger's gambit might just pay off. The only downside is that he may need to leave their abstracted friends behind, including Queenie.
Circus. Sometimes it all just feels pointless.
Some of my favorite scenes in the series happen when Kinger's back to his old self. It's touching to see how down-to-earth and level-headed he is, especially when it proves how efficient he would be if he could have his memories back full-time. I know it seems like Kinger's lost it due to his time at the circus, but it's starting to feel like someone might have altered his memories on purpose. Maybe he came close to solving the circus's final question: how do they escape? Do you think Kinger might hold the key to unlocking everything? What do you anticipate happening in the final episodes? As always, we love to see your thoughts and theories in the comments.
I think Kaufmo's gone insane. Last time I spoke with him, he was rambling endlessly about some exit.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
Oh, wait! We should go check on Kaufmo. I'm pretty sure he'd like to meet Pomni.